Hello guys, what's going on? My name is Sir Jeff and welcome to Math Ento TV. So in this video, we will learn how to solve quadratic equations by factoring. For us to solve quadratic equations by factoring, we need to use the zero factor property. Zero factor property states that the product of A and B is equals to 0 if A is equals to 0 or B is equals to 0 or both A and B are equal to 0. For our first example, we have x squared plus 12 is equals to 7x. So the given quadratic equation is not in the standard form. So from x squared plus 12 is equals to 7x, we will transpose the 7x to the other side of the equation to make it equal to 0. So it will become x squared, since this is positive 7x, so once we transpose it, we'll just change the sign, so it will become minus 7x plus 12, that is equal to 0. Okay, so since the given equation is already in the standard form, let us first get the factor of this quadratic equation. So take a look at the value of your c. So your c is 12. So the next thing we will going to do is we need to look for factors of 12, okay, that if we add those factors will give us the value of our b. Okay, so in this case, the value of our b is negative 7. So in this case, it will be what? Okay, so negative 4 times negative 3. Okay, so let us check. So if we add negative 4, okay, if we add negative 4 and negative 3, does it give us negative 7? Okay, so it's correct. So negative 4 plus negative 3 is negative 7. So I will now use these factors. Okay, so I will write it as x minus 4, since that is minus 4, multiplied by x minus 3. That is again equal to 0. Okay, so here the next thing we need to do is to apply the zero factor property. So again, zero factor property states that A and B, so let's say this is your A, this is your B, that is equal to 0 if one of your factors, either A or B, is equal to 0 or both your factors are equal to 0. So we will just equate this into 0. So x minus 4 equal to 0 and x minus 3 equals to 0. And then we just simply transpose it to the other side. So it will become x, that is positive 4, and x equals to positive 3. So these are your answers. For our next example, we have 5x squared equals to 6 plus 13x. So the first thing we need to do is to transform the given equation into its standard form. So from the given, it will become 5x squared equals to 6 plus 13x. So we need to transpose all the terms on the right side going to the left side. So transpose 6 and transpose positive 13x. So it will become 5x squared minus 13x minus 6 equals to 0. You just simply interchange the sign when we transpose. Okay, so the next thing we need to do is we need to get the factors for your C. But the thing here is, before we get the factors of c, we first need to multiply the value of our a and c, then get the factors. So it would look like this. So a multiplied by c, so that is 5 times negative 6. So it gives us negative 30. And then look for the factors of negative 30. So factors for negative 30 that if we add will give us negative 13 is what? Okay, so you're correct. That is negative 15 and 2. So the factors are negative 15 and 2. So let's check. If we add negative 15 and 2, does it give us negative 13? Okay, so yes, it gives us negative 13. So we will going to rewrite this. This negative 13x, okay, will be written as the factors. So it will be 5x squared minus 15x plus 2x minus 6 equals to 0. So this 15 and 2, so those are your factors. Again, we simply rewrite negative 13 as the sum of the factors. Okay, then the next thing we need to do is to group. Okay, so we will group. So this will be our first group, this will be our second group. Okay, so then afterwards we factor out the common terms. So 5x squared minus 15x, so the common terms here are, we have both x, then we have both 5, so that will become 5x. That is the common factor. So just simply divide 5x squared divide 5x, so I will put parentheses, so that is simply x. Okay, minus 15x divided by 5x, that is 3. Okay, plus, okay, so just copy the operation. Same thing with this, we need to factor out the common monomial. So the common factor here is 2. So just write 2. Then divide 2x divided by 2, that is x. Negative 6 divided by 2, that is negative 3. That is equals to 0. Okay, so as you can see, we have here a common term. So that is x minus 3. And on the other term, we have x minus 3. So we just simply factor this out. So it will become factor x minus 3 since that is the common term. So that will become x minus 3. Then we are left with 5x plus 2. That is equals to 0. Okay. So then we can now apply the zero factor property. Okay. X minus 3 equal to 0 and 5x plus 2 equals to 0. Okay, then let's solve for the value of x. So we just transpose negative 3 on the other side. It will become x equals to 3. And then this one, okay, so we solve for x. So we transpose positive 2 on the other side. It will become 5x equals to negative 2. Then divide both sides by 5. So cancel out 5. So you have x equals to, so negative 2 over 5. So for our last example, we have 3x squared is equals to 2x. So some of you will attempt to solve this by simply dividing both sides by x. So some of you will do this one. So you're going to divide both sides by x. Okay. 2. Okay, cancel squared and x. So you have 3x equals, so cancel x and x, so you have 2. Then divide both sides by 3. So cancel 3. So you have x equals to 2 over 3. And that's it. In order for us to factor that kind of given is that we need to equate that into 0. So the first thing we need to do is to transpose 2x to the other side of the equation. So that gives us 3x squared minus 2x equals to 0. And then factor common term. So in this case, common term is x. So we will have to factor x. So that becomes x parentheses. So 3x squared divided by x, that is 3x. Negative 2x divided by x, that is minus 2 equals to 0. And then we can now apply zero factor property. Okay, so that becomes x equals to 0, and the other one is 3x minus 2 equals to 0. Then we need to transpose negative 2 on the other side. So that becomes 3x is equals to 2. Then divide both sides by 3. Okay, so we have x is equals to, cancel 3, 2/3.